Welcome, one and all, to the second day of the To Be Honest conference. It's so good to be back. And with us here are all the experts and the speakers of today's session. It's going to be 4 sessions. Anna is going to will be hosting 2 sessions.
And
And
Robert and Birte, respectively, one. While we wait people coming in and joining us as we see the numbers rise, please, if you have already attended yesterday's conference day, please write into the chat what was the best piece of advice from day one of the To Be Honest conference for you. Just type that into the chat while we give a little bit of space for people to arrive.
And like Elena said, if you were part of yesterday's To Be Honest conference, we would like to know what was the best piece of advice you took away yesterday.
Proactively look for your mentors and stay true to yourself.
Don't work against it, work around it. That is in reference to the system, the German academic system. It's difficult, but don't discourage. Mentor, yes. Don't fight against the system. Yes, yesterday's session was recorded, at least the welcome session, and it will be published on the GSO website. And they will announce it.
And then also, we are not alone. Every researcher has a different story. Before we delve deeper into what you can expect from today, we would like Anne from the GSO to introduce what the GSO is all about and what's the magic they can do for you.
Yeah, just in case you weren't here yesterday or you forgot already, who are these people? What is this organization? We are a nonprofit organization and we offer guidance, skill development, and opportunities for researchers like you, focusing on the postdoc level. But if you're still a PhD, that's also fine. And if you need career advice, if you're interested in some of our programs that you find on our website, or if you just need a contact or a sparring partner, get in touch with us. You will find all the information on our website, gsonet.org. You can also get in touch directly with Birte, who you see there or there. I don't know where she is for you, or my colleague Kybra. So get in touch through LinkedIn or email or whatever. We're happy to help.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Now, all about what's coming next, and that is 2 wonderful sessions that start at 2 p.m. today, European Central Time. And this first session is Authentic Visibility for Researchers led by Robert Kötter from 21 Skills. Robert,
Yeah. Could you please just briefly elaborate what your session is going to be about, what people can expect to get out of your session?
Right. Thanks for introducing. I'll talk about visibility, obviously. So this means online and offline. This means being comfortable with speaking out, being comfortable with being seen, some strategies, some concrete advice, and some very, very recent examples of high visibility and authenticity. So yeah, looking forward.
Very helpful. Thank you.
wonderful. Anna, you'll be leading the parallel session, and that's going to be how to set yourself up for lucky coincidences, academic careers in the humanities and social science. What's that going to be about?
Yeah, we heard you from last year's conference where we were a little bit heavy on the STEM field. So we wanted to offer something also for all of you who are in the humanities and social sciences. And we will talk to 2 professors who fairly recently got appointed at German universities, but also abroad. And we will talk with them, what can you do to basically follow the academic track, especially in the humanities and social sciences? We will talk about, pitfalls, what you can do, some good advice. You can also share some of your experiences, and we try, to get some tips for setting yourself up for those lucky coincidences.
Fantastic. So that both of those sessions will run for 75 minutes, starting at 2 p.m. As Elena already said, and then they're gonna wrap up at 3:15. Then there's gonna be a 15-minute break where we encourage you to really do take a break from the screen, maybe get some fresh air, a drink, whatever you need to do for yourself. And then because after that, there's gonna be 2 more fantastic sessions, and one of them is gonna be led by Birte, and this session is all about beyond academia, the employer's perspective. Birte, could you briefly elaborate to that?
Yeah, I would say this is an all-time favorite, both at TBH conference and also in our daily work at GSO. And while last year we invited some postdocs who successfully transitioned into the private sector, this year we wanted to show a different perspective, that is the employer's perspective. So we're gonna speak, or I'm going to speak with Susanne Kortending, who is herself an HR expert. She has, I think, more than 30 years of experience in working in different big companies and sectors, and she will hopefully give us some behind the scenes knowledge and insights into the black box that many applicants encounter when applying for jobs, and you never know, what's behind the curtain on the employer's side.
Wonderful.
Very helpful to lift that curtain a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And while Birte is running that session, Anna, you will be hosting a session on what you should know and don't dare to ask about selection committees. What's going to happen there?
Yeah, so we will talk with a chancellor of a technical university here in Germany, as well as with a professor at the University of Jena, who also is part of many selection committees. And we want to try to be honest, what are people in selection committees actually thinking? How do they make decisions? What is important? What are they looking out for? And we try to get as honest as possible information from them. So if you're about to be in a selection committee, or you have a job interview at a university or non-research institution, that might be interesting for you as well.
Wonderful. Thank you all very, very much. We will meet these lovely three people again at today's wrap-up session, where you can hear all about what happened in their sessions if you could not attend theirs. For now, Anna and Robert, feel free to leave and enter your respective own sessions, and see you soon there. And for everybody else, be invited to hang with us for a couple more minutes, where we address some logistics and also your own expectations. And Birte, of course, just stay with us. I want to address two questions that came up logistically. One is that the afternoon sessions will not be recorded, or at least they will not be published. So you might not be able to attend both at the same time, obviously. And so you have to choose in between session A and B in the respective time slots. And if you have a lot of FOMO, fear of missing out, join us at the wrap-up and closing session, where we will get glimpses and insights of all the sessions, so you also get away some insights from what happens in the other room.
And the GSO, as was briefly mentioned in the chat, they will also publish a summary, at least, of all the sessions. Not a recording, but a summary. So that is going to be out there as well. As Elena already alluded, we would like to know a little bit what your level of expectation is for these afternoon sessions. And so if you would be so kind and answer in the chat, please answer the question, what would you like to get out of each session, or out of the session that you plan to attend? If you already decided, hey, I want to learn more about visibility or selection committees, or the employer perspective, or a career in setting yourself up for lucky coincidences, is there something specific that you want to get out of these?
This is all secret, little secret. It's also like your chance to directly let the GSO know what you would like to know. So when they will run 2BH next year, they can maybe incorporate that, right? So be honest and share what you expect to get out of today's sessions. And to address the selection committee question, it's all about academic selection committees. So if you apply for an academic position, like
I think for a
professorship,
professorship, primarily for professorship, that is the
Yes.
selection committees that we're talking about.
Great. So we're getting some answers, how to secure a position after having been a postdoc for a long time.
How to effectively increase your visibility. How
That
to
calls for Robert's session, I guess.
Of course. How to move to industry, also a very good question, right?
Understanding how selection committees really think. So we keep it coming. And at the same time, we really want to encourage you to bring your questions.
More tips to transition from the academic to the private sector. So that calls for Birte's session. And as the GSO often points out, academia actually is the alternative career, right? And it's not the other way around, that people kind of think, hey, the rest is, because only so few of us stay in academia. So the majority actually goes to do something else.
There's more coming up about like how self-management and also how to find your own way. All of these things in some capacity will be addressed this afternoon. And if not, there will be more resources to be found on the GSO homepage. Feel free and be invited to check them out as well. And use the services that the GSO offers, like a CV checkup or also coaching. And Birte is the expert for that. Maybe, Birte, you want to say one sentence about that for also like this, some very specific questions that might be better answered in such a setting?
Yeah. So if you visit our website, gsonet.org, you'll find the menu careers, in the menu career services. And there you can register for any of our services. First of all, free of charge. What we do offer is half an hour free of charge career advice, mostly online, for all postdocs in Germany. And if you need, longer advice or even coaching, then you can book a paid for session, but it's, as a non-profit, we are much cheaper than any services you would get out on the free market. So for instance, a check of your CV and cover letter for 45 minutes would be 50 euros plus 7% VAT. And for CV checks and cover letter checks, it always helps if you already have a specific job ad, so that we can match your application to something specific. Otherwise, it's a bit difficult. But and also maybe the coaching, that's more for people who, for instance, want to orient themselves, what can I do? What are my skills? What's important for me? How do I develop a career strategy? How do I navigate the path from leaving academia to actually getting a job somewhere? Or how do I work myself up the academic ladder? That may be also a topic. The only thing is that when you go online, you will see that in January already there are very few slots left. I had to close this down a little bit, but starting from February, I will have again much more time for career services and coaching.
Thank you, Birte. That is very helpful indeed. And I put the link to all the information that you just referred to into the chat box. And folks, now it is 1 minute to 2. So we want to let you all go because we're going to start the first 2 sessions of the day. Session 1A will be Authentic Visibility for Researchers with Robert Kötter of 21 Skills. And the other session
B will be how to set yourself up for lucky coincidences, academic careers in the humanities and social science with Anne Schreiter from the GSO. Choose whatever speaks more to you and make the most out of the session by actively participating. The more you give in, the more you'll get out. And see you probably again, or hopefully again, in today's wrap-up session. Enjoy the afternoon.
Take care. Bye-bye.